All right, I am not a financial advisor. You shouldn't listen to my there is no advice here, right? I have to say all these things. These are all the legal things that you do when you are talking about financial stuff. Don't sue me. I'm not telling you to do anything. Like, have I covered myself enough? Yeah, I'm a dumb shit. Just tell everybody how like terrible you are when you have a financial channel like that's teaching and educating in an entertainment format, right? I'm so stupid, you should never listen to me. Like that's what really like all the financial people should say, like that have YouTube financials channels, like right from the get-go. Like when they start their video, like I feel like they should just be like, listen, I'm a complete dumbass. If you listen to me, you are a complete dumbass. Let's start talking about AMP. So there we go. I think do I have all the legal disclaimers? Have I said everything I should? Is there anything here that anybody would like to add? Hold on, let me get the green screen here because this is already looking super professional. Super. Yeah, I think that's my disclaimer. I think I'm going with that. You know? So I'm looking at a cryptocurrency called AMP, okay? It has sat around 5 cents for a very long time, and people are very frustrated that it is 5 cents. And yesterday it had some really bad news, but it was misinterpreted. And I always like opportunities like this myself, my own opinion. When the news was that Cream said an attacker managed to exploit a vulnerability on August the 31st, leading to the theft of 462 million AMP coins, okay? That's $24.2 million. Also, 2,804 Ethereum were stolen through this platform called Cream. That amounts to $9.9 million. So you're talking about a $34 million hack. It's amazing that somebody hacked that kind of cash in coins and probably sold it right away. So that was stolen on the Cream network, but it has no way in any way regarding to the security of AMP itself. This is not a slight on AMP. This is a slight on this platform called Cream. And the news is now that Cream is going to finance to repay the stolen ether in the AMP. So that is what is happening the day after. So the day after, Cream says, oops, my bad. We're going to pay people back on our network that are using Cream the AMP and the ETH that was stolen from those accounts. What's up, professional? How you doing, dude? So this is the whole news cycle. In the meantime, AMP took a really large hit. You can see over there, volume sell, big sell right here. Didn't drop very much from 5 cents, 5.8 to 4.8, which is a penny. Welcome to the fam, Maverick. On that news yesterday. Now, when I see that, to me, that's a great buying opportunity. It's a great entry. All right. So I did enter a position yesterday on AMP. And one reason, one very important, well, a couple reasons. I researched the hell out of this. But one very important reason why I did were these guys. And this is kind of buried. Not a lot of people I see even recognize that this is happening. But back in 2019, there are two guys called the Winklevoss twins. And I'm not quite sure if you guys know who the Winklevoss twins are or even care. But these guys were involved in Facebook with Zuckerberg. You guys remember the social Facebook movie that was out there? And the Zuckerberg twins were like douchebags. They're always kind of portrayed as like douchebags. Right. Right. Soriel, thanks. Soriel knows what's up. They're still very smart dudes, however. So it goes. So I find out. And they also took the money that they got from the lawsuits with Facebook, and they sunk it into something a long time ago called Bitcoin. One little thing. Just a little thing called Bitcoin. This is like way back in the day when Bitcoin was like pennies. Okay. So they took their money, they shoved it in Bitcoin, and they were two big proponents of cryptocurrency way back, like in the inception days. you know, before anybody even hopped on the train. Now, this article here talks about how the Winklevoss twins are joining forces with the Flexa platform. Now, Flexa, if you guys don't know about Flexa, also happens to be the new AMP coin. It used to be called Flexa coin. Now it's called AMP coin. All right. So Flexa, and as in essence, the Flexa payment platform that the Winklevosses are joining or teaming up with, that will help insure crypto, that will help transfer crypto with an insured rate. Like if something happens with the transaction, they will be paid an AMP, which is interesting because it reminds me of like a lot of what store and retailers do, like Best Buy, for instance. When you get scared about breaking something and Best Buy goes, well, for $20, you can insure this and you don't have to worry about throwing it against your wall. We're going to replace your headset. But if you don't get it, then you're fucked type of deal. That's kind of how AMP reminds me of what's going on here. Now, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be used as payment structures, you know, like payments for retailers and online, which already they are, and it's going to be the big boys in town, then I like AMP. Because AMP is kind of like that insurance, kind of like, oh, if something goes wrong or if you're afraid, don't worry, AMP's got you covered type deal. And it's 5 cents. I also love when it's 5 cents. I like that because I can buy a lot of it. And I can hold on to it and not give a fuck. This is one of my favorite trades in the world. My advice, my opinion. Not advice. Sorry, it's not advice. It's not financial advice. It's my opinion. I gotta get this right. And by no way am I liable. I gotta get this. I gotta get used to this if I want to do a trading channel later down the road. So it's nice practice in the morning. I want to show you exactly how this started out in September of 2020 at basically a penny. Do I look like Steve Harvey with this mustache? Wow, that's a compliment, man. I love Steve. Steve is great, dude. I'm like a white Steve Harvey? Thank you. I'm going to have to watch more Family Feud, dude. Thank you, Professional. So we're starting out at a penny. It drops down. Boom. You see spike up. You see spike. This is a good chart. In my opinion, this is a good chart. I know everybody's stuck at 5 cents here and everybody's like, oh, 5 cents, 5 cents. This is those types of trades where you don't have to commit a lot of money. Like $100 of AMP will buy you 2,000 coins. To me, big deal, right? It's like a scratch off, but it's better than a scratch off because if you research it and you understand that because Winklevoss is in this, that's one huge reason why I also like this. These were the same guys that found Bitcoin at pennies on a dollar. So they must know something, at least. Maybe they don't. Maybe they strike out. That happens all the time. But these guys didn't get rich by being stupid. So I'm seeing this and I'm charting this and I'm seeing the trend line. And this is technical analysis, and you can see these blue lines going here. These are called bull trends, and there's two different trends you can see here, and you can see how it all lines up and how these lines are very important. And what I see on a long-term frame is kind of like a pendant here and a wedge forming. Okay, now it broke down below this wedge on the news, and it was trading in this wedge for a very long time. You can see there's the high. And basically you can see this bull trend from all the way back in January of 2021. You can see this bull trend, and every time it dips below this lower bull trend, you see pops up. Dips below, you can kind of see it pop up. Here we see it's quite a bit below. Tried to go up. It was resistance here, and it goes below. But one thing I do like is this support line that I notice has been going on for a very long time at, interestingly enough, where we are right now. 0.052 cents. Now, I like an entry here. As a trader, this is where I enter. And I don't go big. I don't go whole hog. I go smart. I tread in lightly, right? If it pops, great. I didn't miss anything. I'm making money. If it goes down, personally, even better. Trip How's got no video and no sound. He's missing out on all my opinions. It's okay, Trip How. We'll see you when we're millionaires. No, it's just teasing. It's dangerous for me to be giving financial entertainment, isn't it? So Tribal is going to miss the boat. No. So this is all also dependent on Bitcoin as well. So if Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin's the big OG. I think eventually you'll start to see things diverge in price once people start realizing this is technology and it has to have utility, it has to have function, it has to have a use. And I think you'll start to see divergence in different cryptos once it matures, once the crypto market matures. But everything right now is pretty much pegged to Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up, most of them go up. If Bitcoin goes down, most of them go down. That's just the way it is right now. And unfortunately, I don't agree with it, but that's how traders are trading it until they don't. And eventually the realization will hit that these are all technological in their ways that they're getting in their utility. If they don't have utility, they'll go to zero. If there's no use for them, most times they're going to go to zero unless you're the OG Bitcoin and people view you as gold. But don't let that shit trick you either, because if the market drops, trust me, people will be selling crypto like motherfuckers. That's just the way traders think. I mean, that's the real. One of the first things that are going to get hit is crypto, because of, oh shit, the market's going down, oh goddamn. And some people will be like, yeah, but there's a lot of value in Bitcoin, it's like gold. People are like, fuck this, everything's dropping, woo. That's when you got to make sure that you have cash on the sidelines and that you get ready for those times. If you're on top of these crests and you're like, whoa, I can't wait, sometimes that works out, but most times it does not. So you want to make sure that when you see these little drops like this and you see something that you feel you've researched good enough that has some potential in it, that's when you go in, and you go in lightly. And that is the trick of trading. And as Warhead says, this is not advice. Don't hold me to it. Right. Thank you. I need a disclaimer that does that. Can I have a scrolling disclaimer? So anyway, DG's mustache gonna grow. I'm investing this. So anyway, one of the biggest proponents and the reasons I love this trade is that people misinterpreted the news, number one. Like, I love dumb people. I love when dumb people sell. And I'm just like, thank you very much for the buying opportunity. So this is a good opportunity to get in my opinion. If I were to be interested in crypto and I was wondering, hey, what do I want to dip a toe in? Like, what do I think? I think this is a crypto that personally will, for myself, I think that if I just put like $100 in, which I did, by the way, I put a little bit more than that in myself, and I'll never see it again. I won't even touch this thing for a long time. I'll watch it. I'll watch the charts. I'll do technical analysis on this thing. But if it goes down to zero, I didn't lose very much. I put discretionary income towards it. If it hit zero and I was wrong, well, I was wrong. This is one of those types of things where I've got another entry down here at around 3 to 4 cents area. Okay, if it goes down there, I got another buy that I'm going to put in. I got a limit order down there that's slightly bigger, where I take a bigger chunk, and then hey, I sit on it and I watch it. Price target through the tokenomics and through what I have done in technical analysis, I think probably $1 within a year or two. Most likely $5 if it's used, if there is utility and Ethereum and Bitcoins do become big players within 5 years. And, I'm not going to go any farther out than that, because I think that's bullshit when people do technical analysis and then put price targets out there that are way over 5 years. I mean, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen after year 5. I can kind of tell you what's going to happen 2 years out from now. I'm very shaky on 5. So when people have these like 10-year price target bullshit and all that, just don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. So much can change. So much can change in a year, for God's sake, especially now with technology and crypto. Man, this shit can change overnight on you. So always just be aware of that. Be cautious. And primarily love AMP because Winklevoss. Primarily love it because Winklevoss. It just reminds me of a replay Bitcoin scenario. It's not going to be as big as Bitcoin. I'm not saying that. It will never be as big as Bitcoin. Okay, it's AMP is used as an insurance token essentially. It's used, but it has utility. And if Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to be primarily used, right? Even though I love Cardano and I think Cardano's really going to be the number one player eventually, that I can say that I feel very certain about. But it's a great hedge to play if you have Cardano and you're like, I wonder if Cardano moves too slow and it won't get as much adoption as like Ethereum already has, then it is also a great hedge against Cardano because you're using AMP and you're saying, okay, well, Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to probably be using this. There we go. So that is my opinions. And do not hold me accountable for any of it. Thank you very much. Back to the show. Back to the show.